Yo, what's up, Goat Gang? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over my Week 2 NFL predictions. Now, you heard the old intro. The old intro's back. I felt like I had to do it. It's been a long time coming, but yes, we have our Week 2 NFL predictions, and we're going to do it a little bit different this week. We're going to do power rankings and our best players from Week 1 from each conference. It's going to be a good episode here. Week 2 NFL predictions. Drop your comments down below if I got anything wrong or right, what your predictions are. And we went 14-2 last week. The only two games we got wrong were the Patriots, Bengals, and the Ravens, Chiefs. Now, if I did kind of like the Chiefs, I would pick the Chiefs, but I am not a Chiefs. I'm not a Chiefs fan. Do not like the Chiefs at all. But we're going to probably pick them in this episode. But we also got the Patriots-Bengals one wrong. Like I said, nobody expected the Patriots to win. They are going to be a shocker in this league. Jacoby Brissett doesn't look terrible, but he also doesn't look good. It was really just Ramondre Stevenson. Let's go over our power rankings now. Starting with the NFC, what we're going to do is I'm going to go 1 through 10, and I'm going to name a player or just a thing, a player, defense, offense, something that's big in there, and something that's big that they did last game, or something that's going to be coming up in the next couple weeks. So at number 1, actually we'll start at number 10. Number 10, I have the Atlanta Falcons. Now this is not a good thing, but is Kirk Cousins ready? Now, of course, he tore his ACL, but he looks very weird. His footing looks very strange. He doesn't look great out there, and I still have him number 10 because the NFC is not that great. But they're 0-1. They had a tough game against the Steelers. Steelers didn't even score a touchdown, and they still lost 6 field goals for the Steelers, and they won. At number 9, I have another NFC South team. The Saints here at 1-0. Are the Saints' offense actually good? They looked very good against the Panthers, and I know it's the Panthers, but I think they scored 47 points on the Panthers, and man, that is a bunch of points to score in the NFL. At number 8, we have the Packers. They're 0-1, but I have a bad thing to share you guys. You all know this. You all probably watched the game. Jordan Love is out for 3 to 6 weeks, so we're going to see Malik Willis start against the Colts this weekend. But I still have number 8 because they have a good roster, but without Jordan Love, they might lose every single game until he comes back. I'm not even kidding. They might lose every single game. So I have them at number 8. Can Jordan Love come back quicker? They might be giving him like 2 weeks to prepare as he has an MCL injury. He's supposed to be out for 3 to 6 weeks. He might be coming back in week 4, which is only 2 weeks to prepare. So it's going to be very strange. But at number 7, I have the Seahawks. One thing, the run game. The run game is outstanding. They look very good. They're 1-0. They beat the Broncos 26-20. Number 6, Rams. They're 0-1, but they played a great game against the Lions, and Cooper Kupp looked like 2022 Cooper Kupp. Man, he played incredible. Puka Nakua's out, so he's going to get more targets. Also, watch out for Demarcus Robinson and Tyler Johnson. Former Buccaneer, Tyler Johnson, former Raider, Raven, Chiefs, Demarcus Robinson. They might have a lot of targets and a lot of catches coming up in their next game. At number 5, I have my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just because of Baker Mayfield. If Baker Mayfield can step it up, we are going to beat the Lions. I feel like we can beat the Lions. We'll go over that in just a second. We're 1-0. We crushed the Commanders last Sunday. We have the Cowboys right here. They destroyed the Browns' offense, and their defense is insane. That's the thing I'm going to look over. They had 6 sacks. Micah Parsons had one of those sacks, and they're 1-0 as they beat the Browns. I think 37 to like 13-10. Could be wrong, though. Lions at number 3. They're 1-0 as well. David Montgomery is my guy. I drafted him in fantasy for one reason. He's going to get a lot of carries. And if David Montgomery was hurt, they did not win that game against the Rams. If David Montgomery does not play, they do not win that game against the Rams. That overtime drive where he got like 10 yards per carry, absolutely insane. He is going to be a key guy in this Lions team like he was last year, and he got a lot of rushes, and he's going to be a very good player with Jahmyr Gibbs. Number 2, we got the Eagles, 1-0, Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns last week. He's outstanding. I did not expect 3 TDs. I was expecting at least 1, but not 3. He had a receiving TD, and 2 rushing touchdowns. He looked outstanding. And that number 1, it should be pretty simple. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They destroyed the Jets. They manhandled them without Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Mason looked insane. So I think the 49ers will be just fine without McCaffrey. And they only allowed 167 yards from Aaron Rodgers, which is absolutely insane. Only 167 passing yards. And they let Allen Lazard be the top receiver, which that's a good thing if you think about it. If you're stopping Garrett Wilson and Allen Lazard is your best receiver, that's probably not a great thing and a good thing for the 49ers defense. I'm going to go over the 3 best players, in my opinion, in the NFC. Starting with Baker Mayfield. He was 24 through 30, 4 TDs, 289 passing yards. Man, he played insane. He also had 146.4 QB rating, so close to a perfect passer rating. He played outstanding. As a Buccaneers fan, like I say every episode, every video I should say, Baker Mayfield, if the Browns just don't make a stupid mistake, we probably sign like Jacoby Brissett or Jameis Winston, and we're a terrible team. Baker Mayfield, thank you, Browns, for basically letting him go and putting him into the Buccaneers' hands. But Baker Mayfield, he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't care what y'all say. Jameson Williams, 5 receptions, 121 yards, and 1 touchdown. Oh my goodness, he was not kidding when he said he's going to be the leading receiver and touchdown. How do I word this? Touchdown receiving, like receiving touchdowns, receiving yards. He said something like that. He was not wrong. Amon-Ra St. Brown was held to 3 catches, 13 yards, and Jameson Williams did the rest. Wow, he is going to be outstanding. He might lead all Lions players in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. He looks incredible. And we actually have a defensive player, Micah Parsons. He had 1 sack, 4 tackles, and I believe 9 QB pressures. 1 sack, like we said earlier, he was a part of the 6 sacks that the Cowboys had. Micah Parsons looked absolutely incredible. Going into the AFC at number 10, I have the New England Patriots. Yes, I know. The Patriots make a top 10 in the power rankings. Now, will they not be on this list by next week? Probably not, but it's week 1, and you never know. You never know what happened. Patriots could go 13-4. We never know. Jacoby Brissett could win MVP. We just don't know. But I have them at 10. They went 1-0. They beat the Bengals. They kind of destroyed them. I know they won by 6, but they really destroyed them. On the running game is what I'm going to be talking about. Ramondre Stevenson. Oh my goodness. Give him the ball. 30 carries a game. He is insane. Definitely one of the best running backs in the league after that week 1 game. At number 9, I actually had the Steelers. Now I was debating to put the Patriots in front of the Steelers because the Patriots actually scored TDs. But the Steelers, they're still the Steelers. They got a good roster. They're 1-0. And the one key guy was Chris Boswell. He scored all their points, 6 field goals on 6 attempts. Oh my goodness. I did not even know that was possible. Justin Fields didn't play the best, but I did like the throws he made. Throw on the run. I remember I saw one throw they throw to George Pickens. Great throw and a great catch. At number 8, I have the Jets at 0-1. Allen Lazard, if he can pick it up in these next couple games, they're going to be a very good team, especially Garrett Wilson had a great game last week. At least, I guess it's only like 3 days ago, but Allen Lazard looks pretty good. He looks faster than I thought he would be. And if he can be a great receiver with the Jets, they're going to be a scary offense. Number 7, I have the Colts. They're 0-1. AR5. Anthony Richardson, dude, he is a top 10 quarterback. I don't care what you guys say. He looked outstanding. Now, he only threw 19 passes. He completed 9 passes. It's like you're playing Madden on 4-minute quarters on Hall of Fame. It's insane. It's insane. Oh, Madden, sorry. Not Hall of Fame. This is not 2K. But, oh my goodness, Anthony Richardson looked incredible. And I'm going to love to see what he's going to do in the later seasons. I'm praying he does not get hurt because he looks outstanding. Number 6, I have the Jaguars. They're 0-1. They put a great game against the Dolphins. But the one key thing is, can the Jaguars defense win games. Now, you saw their defense play incredible in the first half, and then the second half, they crumbled, and that's not good because the Jaguars' offense isn't the most outstanding as we thought it was. They only scored 17 points. I know the Dolphins' defense is not terrible, but 17 points when you got guys like Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence looks like he's going to be great this year. Evan Ingram, the O-line is not even terrible. You got to score more points than that, and I think their defense really has to pick it up, especially their corners. Their corners are not great. Number 5, we have the Bills. The Bills are playing tonight against the Dolphins. They're 1-0, and their key guy is Josh Allen, obviously. He's the only guy who really did anything last week as they let 28 points go from the Arizona Cardinals, arguably one of the worst offenses in the league. But I think the Cardinals, if they win a couple games these next 5-6 weeks, so they win 3 of those games, they could be like a Texans team where they draft their franchise guy, which would be Marvin Harrison Jr. for the Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr., if he can just get at least 7 targets a game, gets all those catches, Cardinals are gonna be super scary. 1 catch for 4 yards is unacceptable for the Cardinals. Dolphins, I have them at number 4. They're 1-0. Tyreek Hill, nothing to say here. Tyreek Hill, he can average 200 yards a game, and they still might lose, but Tyreek's going to get at least 2 TDs tonight. I just feel it. Because those Bills cornerbacks, they're worse. Teron Johnson's out. I believe that's what I saw. They don't have Trey White. Who's going to guard Tyreek Hill? I don't know. I think Tyreek's going to dominate. Number 3, we have CJ Stroud and the Texans at 1-0. Texans look great. That Colts-Texans game was the game of the week. It definitely a top 3 game of the week. We had so many good games. We had Colts-Texans, Rams-Lions, Packers-Eagles. We got the 1-inch game with the Ravens and Chiefs. That game was insane. Texans-Colts, those 2 teams are going to be battling out for the AFC South this year. And for my final 2 teams, we have the Ravens and Chiefs. Nothing really to say here, but for the Ravens, Isaiah Likely's their key guy. 110 yards, I believe. We're going to be going over his stats in just a second. And then Xavier Worthy for the Kansas City Chiefs. He looks incredible. What were the Bills thinking of trading them another pick? They already traded their pick so that the Chiefs could get Patrick Mahomes. And they let Xavier Worthy go to the Chiefs. Made me so upset. My best players for the AFC, Isaiah Likely had 9 catches, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown. This guy had the nastiest move I've ever seen in an NFL game. Oh my goodness. He hit the Lamar High School. Have you seen that play? Look it up. Lamar High School highlights. You're going to see the play where he does a nice little step back and goes into the end zone. One of the greatest moves I've seen. It's going to be the best move this season. I don't care. Anthony Richardson is my second best player. 212 yards, 2 TDs. He did throw an interception. His turnover is going to be a lot this year. He's probably going to throw 10-plus interceptions, but he has an arm. Oh, my goodness. He has one heck of an arm. He looks outstanding. He only had 101.2 QB rating. He should get that up a little bit. And for my third player, it's actually going to be Chris Boswell. 6 field goals. His longest field goal was 57 yards. Chris Boswell carried the Steelers. Let's actually now get into our Week 2 NFL predictions. Those power rankings are going to be half the video. It's got a lot to talk about. It's basically a recap of Week 1, so just make sure you all know that. Thursday night, which is tonight, Dolphins and Bills. Now the Bills, Josh Allen is 6-0 on Thursday night, and the Bills are 11-1 versus the Dolphins in the last 6 years. Well, I should just say, because they went against each other in the playoffs. Regular season, I think, as well as playoffs, or maybe just regular season. But I don't know, man. I think I have the Dolphins in this one. I think the Dolphins are at home. I have them winning 27-21. Tyreek Hill is going to have an incredible game. Dolphins win 27-21. It's just because the Bills, like I said, they don't have any cornerbacks that are healthy. They lost a lot of their cornerbacks from free agency. I guess they have Rasul Douglas, but Dolphins are going to absolutely dominate the Bills offensively in this game, but their defense might struggle a little bit. Going into the early slate games, we have the Ravens-Raiders. Ravens winning 37-13. Raiders offense is not good. 49ers-Vikings. This one might be sneaky good. If Sam Darnold wins this game, he's the 2024 Baker Mayfield. He's the 2024 Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold, I think he started like 15 for 15 last game. Oh my goodness, Sam Darnold might be back. But I don't think they can win this one, just especially the 49ers playing very good against the Jets, and the Jets are not a bad team. I have the 49ers winning 37-24, just because if CMC doesn't even play this game, Jordan Mason is going to tear apart that D-line for the Vikings. And they don't have the greatest linebackers either. Jordan Mason is going to dominate. He's going to get a lot of carries, even if CMC plays. CMC is not even going to be healthy if he plays. He's not going to be 100%. Jordan Mason's going to have a dominant game again. We have the Seahawks and Patriots. Patriots have a good shot of winning this if they just run the ball. But the Seahawks, their defense is really good. Really, really good. I have them winning 26-18, and especially Kenneth Walker. Oh my goodness. Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, definitely a top 5 running back duo after week 1. They look outstanding together. Seahawks win 26-18. We have Giants Commanders. I think Jayden Daniels throws his first 2-touchdown passing game. He's going to rush in for 1. And the Commanders are going to win 31-17. Daniel Jones just is terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 0 points in this one or just 3. I gave them 17 just to be precious because the Commanders' defense is not good. But if they step it up, Giants ain't scoring a point. I'm sorry. If you're a Giants fan, I'm sorry. But it's going to be a rough season for you guys. Chargers-Panthers. J.K. Dobbins is going to dominate again. Chargers win 35-9. Saints-Cowboys. Now, some people are saying this is the game of the week and the Saints can win this. Now, I don't think they can, but they do have a shot. Cowboys offense looks insane. Cowboys defense looks insane. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys 34-16. But if Derek Carr plays like he did against the Panthers, this is going to be a great game. Great down-the-wire game as well. Colts-Packers. If Jordan Love doesn't get hurt, I have Packers winning by 10. And if the Colts don't play good as well, last week I have the Packers by 10. But the Colts, they look outstanding. They go against a Malik Willis Packers. Never thought I would say that. But Colts winning 23-10. It's going to be a boring game in my opinion. I feel like the Packers defense is good enough to stop a lot of runs and get it. Maybe AR5 now. Is going to throw like 2 interceptions. He can have 10-plus interceptions, like I said. So it's going to be a pretty boring game, but Colts going to win this one. Browns-Jaguars. Now, a lot of people have the Browns winning this game, and I would, but Deshaun Watson sucks so bad. He is terrible. Worst contract in NFL history. Jaguars win 2014. Travis Etienne is going to dominate. Jets-Titans. Aaron Rodgers versus Will Levis. Wow, Will Levis didn't look terrible last week except that one terrible throw, terrible decision that caused the Bears to win the game on a pick 6. Now, it wasn't a game winner, but it was basically a game winner as the Bears took the lead on that pick 6. Jets, they're going to dominate. Garrett Wilson, he's going to dominate. He's going to have over 100 yards. No doubt about it. Allen Lazard, he might have a couple touchdowns. He might have like a TD. I think he's Aaron Rodgers, one of his favorite targets. Aaron Rodgers loves Allen Lazard. And Allen Lazard played with Aaron Rodgers for like 4 years back in Green Bay, so their connection has been top tier since 2020. Jets winning 27-17. And in my game of the week, it's actually my Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. Now, this game is going to be incredible. Now, I think we can win this game. I really think we can. But if it wasn't for Antoine being out for at least 3 to 4 weeks, which broke my heart when I heard the news, Bryce Hall broke his leg. Half of our secondary is injured and probably out. We're going to have to get a lot of guys from the practice squad, or Jordan Whitehead, Tyreek Thunderberg has to get healthy. He didn't even play last game. Tavir Thomas got to get healthy. Tyke Smith didn't look terrible. But sadly, the Lions are at home. This Lions crowd is going to be... the Lions might win every single game at home just because of that crowd. That crowd is a college tier crowd. Now, the NFL crowds, they're not great as compared to college. College crowds, they scream as loud as they can for a big game. Lions are basically a college crowd. Lions winning 37-31. It breaks my heart because of Antoine. If we had Antoine, I have us winning. I think Baker's going to have 3 TDs this game. maybe even 4. I have Rachaad White scoring and a receiving touchdown. This game's going to be a shootout, but the Lions win 37-31. We have the late game slate now with the Rams and Cardinals. This could be a shootout as well. I have the Rams winning 31-27 just because we saw that the Cardinals can score points, but they don't have a good defense, so that's going to be tough for them. But I have the Rams winning 31-27 just because of Matthew Stafford. He looks really good. He's definitely a sleeper pick for MVP. I don't think he will win MVP, but he's definitely going to be top 10 in the race. And if Cardinals can just give Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball, I don't care. 3 targets. Just give him 3 targets. Give him 3 catches, maybe 5, and you win this game. I don't care. You give Marvin Harrison Jr. a touchdown, you win this game. Bengals and Chiefs. This was going to be the game of the week. If it wasn't for last week with the Bengals, Chiefs are going to destroy them. I don't like the Chiefs at all, but they're going to destroy them. I'm not putting my bias in this. Chiefs are going to destroy the Bengals 31-18. Joe Burrow, he looks, I don't know, man. I don't think he's going to be good. He does not look good at all. I think his injuries have really derailed his career. It's actually sad because Joe Burrow, one of the best quarterbacks a couple years ago, I just don't think he's top 10 right now. If this is what I think the Chiefs beat the Bengals, but then the Bengals win week 3 and they get on a winning streak like they always do. They always start 0-3, 1-3. Sorry, 0-2, 1-3. But if the Bengals can do what they've done for the last 3 years, they're going to make the playoffs. But Chiefs are just going to destroy the Bengals because T. Higgins might not play. Jamar Chase had a good 4th quarter, but they got to give him more targets. I don't know what's happening to Joe Burrow. Chiefs won 31-18. Steelers-Broncos and Ninja Nolan's worst game of the week. Steelers are going to win 17-6. Broncos, they actually looked not terrible on offense. Bo Nix ran the ball a ton in that final drive for them. Got a rushing touchdown, got like a 40-yard rush to get them inside the 30. But, man, I just don't. The Steelers' defense is insane. If you watch the Falcons-Steelers game or at least just watched highlights, TJ Watt is going to get 3 sacks against the Broncos. Broncos O-line is terrible. TJ Watt is going to dominate. I think the Steelers could possibly get 10 sacks in this one. Steelers won 17-6 no matter who their starting quarterback is. Now we have Sunday Night Football between the Bears and the Texans. Now with these Sunday night and Monday night games, I have a lot of different stats. I'm going to predict the different stats. It's going to be a little bit different. But for Sunday night, I have the Texans winning 31-24. The MVP of the game will be C.J. Stroud and the Texans defense. I have the Texans defense getting 4 sacks, getting 2 interceptions. I have C.J. Stroud throwing 25 for 42, 274 yards, 3 TDs. He will throw an interception. I think the Bears defense might force an interception every single game, or at least almost every single game. Their defense is good enough to do that. Caleb Williams, he's going to have a struggle as well. He's only going to throw 29 passes. He's going to go 17 for 29, 192 yards, 2 TDs, and he's going to throw 2 interceptions. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over some players and showing you my prediction for their stats. But I have the Texans winning 31-24 just because of the Texans' defense, to be honest. For the Eagles and Falcons, I have the Eagles winning 28-13 here on Monday Night Football, our final game we're going to be predicting today. For the MVP of the game, I have Devontae Smith. I think he can have 8 receptions. He's going to get targeted the ball 10 times. He's going to have 2 touchdowns and 105 receiving yards with 21 rushing yards. He's going to get 2 jet sweeps. He's going to get big gains. Devontae Smith played incredible last game, and I think he can do the same as well in this one. I have Jalen Hurts throwing for 212 yards, 3 touchdowns, one of them a rushing touchdown, and 1 interception with 57 rushing yards, 19 for 28. For Kirk Cousins, I have him throwing the ball 34 times, 22 for 34, 262 yards, 2 interceptions, and 0 touchdowns. And then for Bijan Robinson, I have him getting 64 yards, rushing yards, 46 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. And for my final player, I have Saquon Barkley going for 96 rushing yards, 56 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. And I also have him. I have also Bijan fumbling as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Week 3 NFL predictions. These prediction videos are always going to come out at 6:30 Eastern time. So for me, 6:30. I don't know, it might be 7:30 for you guys, 8:30, 4:30. But for me, it's 6:30. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to be a part of the GOAT Gang. Comment down below. What is your game of the week? What is your worst game of the week? And tell me your top three players who are going to play the best in week 2. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Make sure to like and subscribe to be a part of the GOAT Gang. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.